Alright guys, so we started this out doing something called the Iron Marathon. It was an idea given to us by Mike Rashid and CT Fletcher. Basically what it is a 200 kin rep virtually continuous set where basically all you do is set the weight down and switch very quickly in between sets. You do 20 sets going from 1 to 20. So for example, you would start out doing 1 rep, drop it, do 2 reps, drop it, and continue on to 20. We used a pretty light weight, just 45s on each side, which would normally be incredibly easy. But as you can see, this is my 20 rep set, and I don't even get it. It's incredibly difficult, but we'll leave you with a great pump. So if you want to try it out, we actually did it today for back as well. So I actually like it a lot, and we're going to use it a lot in the future. So if you want to try it out, do it. Wow, my face looks weird right here. Alright, yeah, you can tell it's not easy. So then we moved on to incline dumbbell flies. Here's Clyde doing, I think this was just the warm-up set. So not much to tell here, just make sure you get a good stretch at the bottom. And if you would like, you can turn the dumbbells in at the top of the movement. Just make sure you don't lose tension at the top. Make sure to keep continuous tension on the muscle throughout the entire movement. And he's going to keep going for a while here. He gets a good number of reps on our warm-up. Alright, now this was our last set, I believe, or second to last, using 45, so a little bit heavier. So same thing, just focus on form the entire time. Don't sacrifice form for weight or reps. Just get a good deep stretch at the bottom and stop the dumbbells about 6 inches apart. Don't touch them together so that you keep constant tension.
Let go. Ah.
Alright, then we moved on to a leverage chest press. We really like this machine. By this point, I was incredibly weak and my chest was very tired, so Clyde kind of killed me on this one. He also has short arms though, so I contribute that to a lot of it.
Whatever, man. Gains.
Alright, so
All
here.
gains.
Shut up. Alright, so here's my set. Again, I just make weird faces. I apologize for that.
Because you're a weird person, man.
Alright.
I'm just kidding.
Alright, so basically this is pretty self-explanatory. I mean, it's just a pretty basic chest press. Just control your negative and then squeeze at the top. Don't completely lock out your elbows if possible. And so then after that, we just moved on to this little seated cable fly, and we actually supersetted this with decline cable crossovers. So they're almost virtually the same movement, but on the cable crossovers, we just tried to focus on getting as much of a stretch as possible, whereas on these, we just focused on getting a really good squeeze at the top because you don't get that great of a range of motion on this particular exercise, so we supersetted them. Alright, so here's my set. As you can see with my long arms, I don't get a great range of motion because the balls on the end of the carabiner actually hit the machine before I stretch completely. But you can actually get a great contraction, so that's why we use it. And it keeps you locked in, so it forces you to keep pretty good form. Alright, then we actually didn't. This was supersetted with our last exercise, so we just showed 2 sets, each one of us doing the seated cable fly. Now we're going to show each of us doing a set of the cable crossovers. So for this, you can get just a phenomenal stretch at the top of the movement. I actually almost let my shoulder blades touch together. I try to stretch so much, and then just squeeze at the bottom. This was our last set, so it was a little heavier, lower repetitions. And then to keep balance, as you can see with Clyde's feet, just put one foot in front of the other. And if you want to, like I like to, you just switch which foot is in front each set, because I usually do 4 sets of an exercise. Alright, so that completes our chest workout, and then after that we decided to move on to triceps. So we started out with some basic tricep pushdowns on the cable. Just did 4 sets of that using the triangle bar. So there's Clyde's set and here's mine. With these, just don't come too far up. You want to come to where your arm makes about a 45-degree angle, if not a little less. And then just come to the bottom and squeeze. Make sure your elbows are tucked in throughout the entire movement. You want all the stress to be on your triceps. Then we moved on to a one-arm cable tricep pushdown, just because my left tricep tends to be a little weaker than my right, and so I like to do them unilaterally so I can focus on my left tricep. However, I think we only recorded doing my right arm, and the same thing with Clyde, but we did this and then we switched arms and did the exact same thing. And you want to try to get the exact same number of reps, or I actually, because my left is weaker, try to get 1 or 2 more on my left each time. So here's Clyde's set. And with these, it's not as much about weight as it is just keeping proper form and just getting a really good squeeze. Alright, so here's the final movement. Clyde smiled there because he almost fell getting the rope above his head. This is a overhead tricep extension, focusing on that long head of the tricep. Just get a really good stretch and squeeze at the top.